Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, fellow Biafrans all over the world. Welcome to this emergency broadcast today. We are going to be addressing the development in Biafra hinterland. This afternoon, this evening, depending on where you're watching from, we are going to address the issue of the ship, the warship that's in the waterway of Biafra, and at the same time address the sham visa application collection center that the British has opened in Enugu, part of Biafra. I want to inform Biafra people today that we are not interested in anything visa application at this point. Since after the war, after the genocidal war against Biafra people, we have not had the presence of British in the eastern region called Biafra. This particular new scam friendship that the British is trying to make with the Biafra people is only because of the momentum the Biafra liberation has garnered. And at this point, we are not ready to jeopardize the chances of our freedom to a mere shambolic visa application process. For over 50, 60 years, we have survived the impunity of the British in our own land. Our oil and natural resources is being exploited without anything in return. We are subjected to all manner of degrading and dehumanization treatment before a visa can be granted to any person coming from Nigeria. Yet, we supply free oil and other natural resources to the United Kingdom. Today, for them to come and try to make friends with the eastern region of Biafra is completely unacceptable. We are not going to accept any visa application in Enugu State. I want to make it very clear that the Biafra people have decided they are not going to accept any visa application center in Enugu State. We don't need it. We don't need your devilish and demonic visa application center in Enugu State. And this particular message is to the foreign embassy or whatever high commission of the British in Nigeria. We are opting out of Nigeria. And if you are going to open any embassy or any visa collection center in Biafra, Biafra government must be consulted. As a matter of fact, we have started the delegitimization of Nigeria government in Biafra land, and every government you are dealing with is illegal, is illegitimate. So if you want to open a visa application center as a British or as a United Kingdom, you must consult the Biafra government. Failing to do that, you know that our land we are already at war. The safety of anybody in Biafra land is not guaranteed. So we are putting out this evening that if you want to open embassy in our own land, we must be consulted. You must consult the Biafra government in exile, or you consult the de facto government in the homeland. And this is exactly what it is. So I am here this evening to pass this message very briefly to the United Kingdom, that you don't just barge into our land, open embassy as you want, or open visa collection center as you want, and then expect us to keep calm. We don't need your visa. If we need visa, Biafra must be visa free to the United Kingdom. We offer you more than you are getting, what we are getting from you. So in the Biafra Republic, we are going to make sure that if we are going to have any business dealing with the United Kingdom, Biafra are going to have visa free to the United Kingdom, because they benefit more than we benefit from them. And I want to tell Biafra people this evening, you understand that the warship, the British warship, is also in Nigeria and in Biafra waterway. We are gradually getting to the point that the polity will be heated up. When British or Britain want to exit the European Union, there were no RPG, there were no GPMG, There were no AK-47. There were no bullet. There were no bomb. There were no pistol. They exited at their own will and their own wish. They conducted the referendum. The British citizens voted both home and abroad or against the British exit, the exit. It happened like a joke. Nobody killed anybody. Why is it different when it comes to Africa? Yet, we are the one feeding these people. So, the liberation of Africa is starting from Biafra. And this evening, we have come to make it very clear to the British government or the UK government that Biafraland don't need your visa application center. We understand that what they have opened is not even an application center, but also a center for information and intelligence gathering, because they know that the Biafra is coming and we're ready for war if that is what it requires. So we are not going to welcome you in Enugu State. What I'm saying is very clear. I mean it. We are not going to welcome you in Enugu State until you come to term that there is a government of Biafra that is in charge of Enugu State. And if you take this particular message this evening as a joke, you will all be there when the music will start playing. And those who will overlook us or look down on us, that what we are doing is not, that we are not serious, you are going to be there and witness when the music will start. So what I'm trying to say this evening to everybody here, watching me and listening to me, is that we are not accepting the shambolic visa application center in Enugu State. That's number one. Number two is that before you come to establish anything that has to do with treaty or alliance or bilateral agreement, you must, first of all, understand that the Biafra government is in charge of Biafra land, and Enugu State happens to be part of Biafra. That particular message has been passed this evening. And I want this particular video to be shared to the UK High Commission or the UK in Nigeria, as whatever they are called. We are going to fight and fight till the last man, if that is what it requires for us to get our freedom. For over 50 years, we have been subjugated to all manner of degrading treatment, all manner of human rights abuse. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a Biafran and a British citizen. They abandoned him in the DSS dungeon. I want to ask, had it been that he's a British white person that is in Nigeria prison, are they going to keep quiet? Are they going to allow the Nigeria government to abuse his right as they want? Are they going to come to Nigeria trying to make some kind of alliance with Nigeria while their own citizen is languishing illegally in DSS dungeon? Is that how the British treat their own citizens? That is very appalling. So this evening, what we are trying to say, in case you did not get me very clear because I am very angry, is that we don't need any visa application center in Enugu State. Enugu State remains Biafra territory, and I am the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of Nezal, and for that reason, any person that have to open anything that has to do with a bilateral agreement, you must come to understand that there is a Biafra government in exile, which is in charge of Enugu State, and Enugu State is part of Biafra land. And for that reason, every Monday, we are on lockdown. And so, if you doubt that we are not in charge, next Monday, open your so-called visa center and know what Biafra is going to do to you. So this evening, we are going to make some announcement in addition to this, because I have another engagement. Today, I am going to meet the United States, the Biafrans in the US, and this tour is the second time I'm visiting the United States. So this is going to be very brief. And the announcement I'm going to do this evening has to do with those enablers in Imo State. If you know that you are one of the enablers of the genocide going on in Biafra against Biafra people by Hope Uzodinma, listening very attentively, we've compiled some of those who have been enabler and helping and aiding Hope Uzodinma, the killings going on in Imo State, and which must stop from tonight. We are warning these people to desist from aiding Hope Uzodinma to continue to commit the atrocities and commit war crime in Biafra land. One is Mr. Okenze. Mr. Okenze, you hail from Ngokpala. This night is the last warning. You must stop and desist from aiding Hope Uzodinma, aiding the killings of Biafrans in Imo State. You must desist from that. Number 2 person is, and then after that, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to post this this particular, I'm going to post this particular list, so nobody will say he didn't hear or she didn't hear it. Okay? Okenze of Ngokpala, Kajetan Duke, from tonight, Biafrans are asking you to desist from aiding the killings in Biafra land, with most of them are using you. Bede Eke, from tonight, Biafra people are giving you the last warning. You must desist from aiding and abetting the genocide going on against Biafra people. Kizito Onoha, Biafrans are giving you tonight, from tonight to desist from aiding and abetting the killings and genocide that Hope Uzodinma is committing against Biafrans in Imo State. Obina Egu, Biafrans are giving you tonight to stop and desist from aiding and abetting genocide that is being committed in Imo State by Hope Uzodinma. Jude Okebu, Biafrans are giving you tonight as a last warning to desist from aiding and abetting the genocide of Biafrans in Imo State by Hope Uzodinma. Emma Nwogo, Biafrans are giving you today as the last day to desist from the killings and abetting and aiding the Hope Uzodinma genocide in Imo State. Emma Chinwe Obinna, Biafrans are giving you tonight as a last warning to desist from aiding and abetting the genocide against Biafra people in Imo State. We have the SAs, the GOC Nwadike, you are the SA on media engagement of the murderer Hope Uzodinma. From tonight, Biafra people are telling you to desist from aiding and abetting the genocide against Biafra people as Hope Uzodinma is being committing this particular crime. Collins Opuruzo, you are the SA to Hope Uzodinma on strategic communication. From tonight, Biafra people are giving you the last warning to desist from aiding and abetting the genocide against Biafra in Imo State. The last person on this list is Nzere Emeana. You are the SA on Ohajoku Center. The Biafra people are telling you that from tonight, you have to desist from aiding, abetting the genocide against Biafra, as Hope Uzodinma is in charge of this particular criminal organization that you are serving. Tonight, Biafra are giving all of you last warning. If after tomorrow you continue to be an enabler or continue to aid and abet the genocide against Biafra people because you are there aiding and abetting Hope Uzodinma to commit this crime, while he is in charge from Abuja, he is not in Imo State. And all of you know that. So this particular warning is coming from the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government and the Biafra Liberation Army, the ESN, and the Biafra Black Marine Naval Base from Bakassi Peninsula. It is a joint warning from every forces of Biafra against all of you that you must desist from aiding and abetting the killings of Biafras in Imo State. So, haven't announced this. In the next few minutes, we are going to post it on our Twitter. And like we said, our stand is very, very clear. If the United Kingdom want to open anything in Enugu State, they must understand there is a government in charge. The government is in exile, and they must come to terms with us. We are not going to beg anybody to do that, but our actions and activities in that region of Biafra will tell the story by itself. So it is not us. But when you are serious, you will know that there is no environment, there will be no peace anywhere until you know that we are also in charge of the government of Biafra and we are operating this government from exile. If you think that you are going to have peace, let us see how you are going to enjoy this peace in any place you are in Biafra land. You can never enjoy peace. And let me tell you, you do not solve problem by engaging only one side. If you want to solve the problem that is happening, especially on the upsurge of the agitators of Biafra, you need to bring everybody to the table. But of course, you don't want that. You know that we are smarter than Nigeria terrorist Fulanis, and you are scared of what we are going to do with our natural resources. And one thing is that gone are those days that we are looking at your face or looking at you as a United Kingdom, big United Kingdom, and when we mention your name, we are all going to run and hide our head. It's not anymore. This is a civilization. We have embraced it. We have embraced this civilization to the maximum. And you cannot intimidate us with your worship or whatever you are bringing to Biafra land. We are going to put measures, a very strict measures, to make sure that that thing that you are bringing to Biafra with all these trailers will be checkmated. And our Biafra Liberation Army and Intelligence Unit will be taking charge to make sure that nothing enters Biafra land from anywhere in Nigeria. Nothing. No weapon will enter Biafra land. We are going to intercept it. And I want to share one story with Biafra people today. You know when the Chinese warship came to Nigeria? Some of you know that some time ago, the Nigeria, Chinese warship came to Nigeria. Do you know what the warship came to do? Some of you don't know. The warship came with arms and ammunition to supply to Hopu Uzodimma to fight against Biafra. I have not made this public. They came with enough load of weapons. And of course, it is not by the book. It is black market. They came with those weapons, and it was ordered for Hopu Uzodimma to use to kill Biafrans in Imo State. And you know what happened? Biafra Liberation Army dealt with whoever that was bringing that weapon, and it didn't get to Imo State. I'm telling you that today. The weapon did not get to Imo State, and we watch as the Fulani Janjaweed that was in charge of bringing it to Imo State was lamenting that the Biafra Liberation Army intercepted it and burnt everything to ashes. I want to share that particular news today because I have never shared it with the Biafra people. But today I'm going to share it. And of course, so we are going to be checkmating them. All those trailers coming to Biafra land from tonight, everything will be searched. And once you are stopped, don't stop. You see what will happen to you. We will not allow you to bring any weapon from the British to Biafra land in Enugu. It can never happen. You use this particular visa collection as a cover to bring weapons to fight against Biafra. It is not going to work. We will intercept you on the road, and we'll do to you what we do to the enemies of Biafra. So I want to thank everyone and let the Yapotoba, if it is Igbo people. I have dropped this particular message this evening, and I thank you very much for tuning in. The ladies and gentlemen of the press, I thank you all for tuning in into this particular broadcast this evening. And in the next few minutes, in the next 15 minutes, we are going to be live again with our United States tour. The Prime Minister touring the United States, touring the world, and the United States is our next destination, as we have visited them before. So don't miss that particular broadcast. It is coming in the next 15 minutes.